Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I actually had a pretty good day at the gym today. I had a great leg
Really?
day.
I had a
Um,
good. Are you trying to point? Are you recording? You're like, I'm trying to point attention to my mutton chops
no.
about.
No, I actually had a really good leg day. I hit 3 sets of 315 for 6 reps, which I haven't been able to do since I hurt my back.
Is that okay? I was gonna ask back
Yeah,
squat. Do you do front squat
no.
to? No, not even a little.
I just
I
can't
never
get
liked
my
front squat
arms
either.
up.
I never
Yeah,
liked it any
and
either.
I have to always do it like this,
Yeah.
just to keep it in like it's the same workout, but one focuses more on quads, which is front squat,
Yeah.
and I'm not trying to just focus on quads as a compound squat for a reason. Um, but yeah, like hit 315 and then did like 190 leg extensions for 10. Um, full stacked on fucking the hamstring curls for the first time, which was pretty impressive for me. It
Hmm.
was like also 190 maybe 200.
Hey,
Um, but I wasn't able to get 10. I only got up to 7. But
that's not important.
yeah, I'm just putting everything out there.
I had a good workout too. I had so with the other roommate officially being gone, I have room in the garage.
Hmm.
So I put up my one moving bag. I can't remember it. It's like it sits on a little pad, and then it can kind of. And then there's like the big dummy one that Tom left. You don't care. I could be saying how much
No,
I
no,
like watching
keep on going.
anime
No, I'm
porn.
I'm listening.
And what are you doing?
I'm looking at the stream, making sure I put in the right title.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you do it? Is it correct?
Okay. Yeah, it is.
Do you like my outfit? This is my audition for Boys to Men.
This is your okay. Do you
Yeah,
like my?
I
Do you
think
like?
they wear.
I did something different. I don't know if you could tell.
No, I did notice it a little
Just a
bit,
little bit. Yeah, I
just a little bit.
I decided to go with mutton chops.
Do you think I
So
can pull off? I think okay. Let's. You can pull off a mutton chop. Now, do you think I could pull off the backwards flat bill? Because I don't think I can.
yep. If you get it sitting up, like getting it parallel,
Well,
no, you have to have it sit up more. It's gonna,
I know,
yeah,
I know.
it's gonna feel weird. But
Yeah, it did feel weird. It's not bad. It's not. It's not my look,
yeah,
but I just wanted to show other than football. And then
yeah,
this is when the Cardinals won 2012. I think it's backwards, but
yeah.
I have a I have a Husker. I was gonna wear this Husker hat that my friend Eddie from Quantico gave me. Shout out to him.
Hmm.
And it even says Matt on the back, and it's
Yeah.
super nice because I think he got it in like Mexico, which I don't know why they have Nebraska merch in Mexico, but anyway,
Oh well.
I tried putting it on my head. It literally just sits like a yarmulke on the top of
Yeah.
my head. It is not big.
Yeah. But yeah, so I have to put on my uniform one last time before I get out, and it's to clear, turn in all my issue gear. And so I'm just like, fuck it. Like I'm just gonna go mutton chops for a day. Like let's rock it. Let's see what happens.
Did you do that at the gym or was this after the
No, it was
gym?
after the gym.
Ah
Um,
man, imagine you at the
because like
gym.
I went, I came home from work today, went straight to the place to get a haircut, and then went straight to the gym. So like, yeah,
Gotcha.
I was
Does
like,
it bother you that you kind of have to like again start from zero for shaving, or do you like whatever?
it's whatever. Yeah, that's kind of
You're
where
like
I'm
it's gonna
at.
grow back.
Yeah, it grew
Mm.
it grew in pretty quickly, and I'm not super mad about it. And it's gonna come in just in time for us on our Arizona trip, where it's gonna be looking good.
Yeah,
And I'll just
yeah,
have
that's
to get
true.
it trimmed up um, before we go, just so it looks all
Yeah.
nice and solid. But yeah, I mean, in like 2 months, it grew in pretty thick. Like it was, I was sitting there like, yeah, thick. But also, I'm, honestly though, I'm not mad about the mutton chops.
Dude, they don't look
They
bad on
don't
you.
look bad. It actually isn't terrible.
Dude, I'm telling you, for like a Halloween costume, I'll let you borrow cable knit sweater
Yeah,
and you can just fucking rock the mutton chops.
dude, I might have
And
to do it.
I think it's a solid look, bro.
Yeah, I can pull it up, dude. I also feel like Captain Price from the new Call of Duties, where like he has mutton
Does he
chops.
have?
Yeah, he has
He
mutton
does.
chops. I could fucking totally put on gear and be like, Bravo 6 going dark.
Remember all those memes?
Yeah, they're fucking. They're actually always pretty good.
No, I wouldn't say always, but
They were pretty solid though. Um, so one big thing I'm going to talk about a little bit for next week before I go into what happened this weekend.
okay.
Huge game that's going to be playing for the ACC in basketball. Um, Duke versus North Carolina, one of the biggest rivalries in college basketball. Tar Heels versus Duke, because I didn't know about this. I found this out watching basketball with my buddy this weekend. They're literally like a fucking 30-minute drive from each other. The two
Oh
schools.
yeah.
Yeah, and both in North Carolina.
One's in. Well, North Carolina A is not a huge state
Yeah,
to begin with. Um, I mean, as long as because like it's big if you're going from coast to like that tip on the end, kind of past like Appalachia and
yeah,
all that bullshit, or maybe it's in Appalachia. But like, yeah, those two schools are very close.
yeah. And he's a
So it explains why
huge
they have they have a huge rivalry.
North Carolina fan. And we were watching the
Mm.
Duke versus Clemson game, and he's just sitting there the whole time like, "Fuck Duke." Like, I hope Clemson wins, but they're playing terrible. And he's like rooting for Clemson to fucking just like every single time they're doing some dog shit. He's like, "What the fuck, man? You guys need to beat Duke. They're not that good." Um, but yeah, and then also we were looking at like who's favored to win this year. It's North Carolina. Is up there. They're in like the top 3. I think UConn.
UConn suck on the.
UConn is also up there, and I forgot what the other team is. But yeah, Iowa
Didn't
State.
UConn win it last year?
I think so. I know they've won it recently though. But yeah. So what
You
happened?
see that one? Did you see that one news story I sent you of the Jackie Robinson statue that got sawed off at the ankles in Wichita?
No, I
So there's a
didn't.
Jackie Robinson statue. Two or three guys drove up, sawed off him from his ankles, the statue from his ankles, took the statue and left.
What the hell?
Yeah, it was later found burned or like burning
Mm-hmm.
in like a dumpster. But now like fans, I think it's gotten like over 1,400 or $140,000 in donations. So if you're
Mm-hmm.
looking for a cause to uh, donate to that.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't love Jackie Robinson? I'm curious on why it's in Wichita of all places. I wonder if it's like some sort of
One of the old
museum
school,
or
one of the old
maybe one of
school
the Negro baseball
Negro leagues.
teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know.
It might be the old leagues. I'm gonna be. That's
Yeah,
where I'm
I don't.
going.
I mean, what I knew was like the Kansas City Monarchs. That's a big one because that one has Satchel Paige. And I remember reading. Do you ever read those like it's like Dan and Me or like Babe and Me or like Jackie and Me
Oh
books?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So it's
yeah,
about the
yeah,
old the baseball cards and he travels back in time.
yeah.
Dude, all those books are fantastic as a
They were
child. If you
great.
like
Yeah, I loved them.
if you like sports, dude, read that book.
Yeah.
Books. All the books are
They
really good.
they also had some for like basketball and football too.
Did they really?
I
I didn't know
think
that.
so.
I only knew the baseball ones
Or they
because
had
I knew.
something
I mean,
similar. It was like something similar, but like
I'm sure I still have some of
yeah,
the books that he had. And I mean, I could name off a few. I mean, there was Shoeless Joe
yep.
Jackson, there was Robert Clemente, Satchel Paige, Jackie
Mm-hmm.
Robinson, Babe Ruth, Shoeless Joe Jackson. Did I mention
Yeah,
him?
yeah. That was the first one.
First one. Okay, yeah. The Shoeless Joe Jackson one was actually the first one I read, and that one was really
Yeah.
crazy.
I read the Roberto Clemente one because I'm Pirates
That
fan.
one was one of the
Yeah,
yeah, that's one of the later ones that he did.
yeah.
I remember when that book came out, I was hype about it because like our family would like go to Barnes and Nobles.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I don't know why my mom kept going to Barnes and Nobles a lot. Maybe it was to buy like erotica books or whatever. And I would always just I was hoping to get it when you're drinking, so you'd either choke or spit it up. Um, Shout out, mom, I love you. But yeah, I would always just go into the. I'm gonna let you process that one. I'm gonna keep talking, but um, I'd always go and look at those books or the books where it's like it would be like the big headed, and it would say like Theodore Roosevelt or like who is Theodore
Yeah.
Roosevelt, and it would be like a kind of sort of autobiography.
Yeah. Okay.
You good?
It's like earlier when I was recording the crazy thing,
The Yeah.
and like I just could
Dude,
not
you
contain
can
my
you
laughter.
play that? Can you play that for this video? Can you add it in?
Yeah, let me toss it
I want to
to
see it.
let me toss it in the Instagram stuff.
Did you just do it on did you just do it on like Insta or
Yeah, I'm
Snapchat
just gonna
or
do it on Instagram. Um,
dude, everyone's saying keep it.
who's saying keep it on the group chat?
Aaron said it. Slick said it.
All right,
Slick said it, please, in all caps. Dude, it's a look.
it's a
And you
look.
could bring it back. You could bring it back. You be that guy at the bar.
I might have to start doing it like for real.
But I think you should. So, because there's people that wear mutton chops that wear like 70s cowboy gear.
Hmm.
Don't do that. That's like date rape material. Go sailor. Go lighthouse material, bro. Everyone would
Yeah.
love you for it.
All right, I'm gonna pull it up for the stream or for the.
Yes, sir. I want to watch this again.
So I'm about to clear CIF, and they said I have to be in uniform, which is crazy. Crazy. I was crazy once.
I love that. The flick of the
They locked me in
razor.
a room, a rubber room, a rubber room full of rats, and rats just make me crazy. So I'm about to clear CIF, and they said I have to be in uniform, which is crazy. Crazy.
You post it on because I know you
I
used to
was
post
crazy
on
once.
TikTok a lot.
I'm going. They locked me in a room,
Okay.
a rubber room, a rubber room full of rats, and rats just make me crazy.
But yeah, that's a solid video. Solid.
I was gonna put
Everything's
it
solid
up
about it.
once I'm officially out, so that no one can really touch me.
Is this something? Oh, because they're
Yeah.
like, oh, look at this dirt
Yeah,
bag. All right,
yeah.
fair enough.
So like, if I put it out after, I'm not gonna say my actual out date, but on my actual out date, it might go up on TikTok. Just
Weird.
you're getting a little sneak peek. Man, I need to look at the chat right quick because I don't believe you on this.
Dude, I'm telling you, they're saying keep it.
Keep it, please.
They're
Okay.
begging.
All right, so going back to sports, Iowa State upset number 23. Iowa State upset number 7 Kansas in Hilton Coliseum, 79-75.
You know, I heard a bit of controversy about this game. I heard the opponent's coach was complaining, saying that the Iowa fans were taking pictures or videos of the huddles and sending it to the Iowa State, like either coach or posting it on Twitter, and they were listening to it. And apparently he was telling the other coaches, like, hey, watch out when you go to Hilton Coliseum. And my friend who was telling me this is like a huge Iowa State fan, not you, another huge Iowa State fan. And he goes, have you ever been or have you ever seen Hilton Coliseum? I'm like, no, but a good friend of mine talks to me about it a lot. And I was told that it is like wooden and like
Wow.
he was like it's hard to hear.
Yeah.
So if they can get a video of like clear audio
Mm-hmm.
and they can watch it in between like
Yeah.
whatever 30 seconds of the timeout it is,
Yeah. There's
he's
no
like,
way that's helping.
that is pretty impressive.
Yeah. There's no way that's helping in basketball. Like on a 30-second or 1 minute timeout, there's no way, even with the signal, because like I don't know if you've been to the
No.
Huskers game, but
Nope.
like there's no signal. There's like
For
barely
basketball?
for basketball, football, or anything. Like whenever you go to the stadium,
Okay. I'm sorry.
because there's so many people congested in there. You
Yes.
get like 1 or 2
Oh,
bars.
you're talking about that type of signal.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant like a like.
Oh no 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 no. But like there's like virtually no signal.
Yeah, that's a different
Go
type of signal.
um but yeah, like there's no way it's getting to them in time. It might come to it might
You-
get to the coach 2 hours later.
But dude, like
But
the
even then,
coach is
like
not.
what's
Yeah,
yeah. Like what the fuck? No. That's bullshit. They're just coming up with excuses. They felt a Hilton Magic. Um which when I'm officially back, like I want to try and go to a Cyclones game and bring you with me. Like in
yeah.
Hilton Coliseum.
We talked about it.
Yeah.
I think we
Um
should do it. We should film parts that we can,
yeah.
and then talk
Um
about it on here.
but like I'm really hoping it's like there's gonna be a Hilton Magic moment for you where like, the Cyclones are down and the crowd really gets back into it and it's a huge comeback, which is the typical Hilton Magic kind of stuff. Um because that's just like it gets you going. Everybody that's there gets going. Like I saw it when I went to
It
the
gets the
Iowa
people going.
I saw it when I went to the Iowa State Championship or the Big 12 Championship in 2014 and it wasn't even in Ames. It was in Kansas City. And the whole stadium was full of Iowa State fans. There was one section of Baylor fans who were playing against. One section. Just like all the neon green Baylor whatever fuck. The rest was just
Yeah.
scarlet and gold.
Me and Josh were watching. We were just kind of bored on YouTube today. We went from Kevin Leonardo. If you don't know who it is, watch his first YouTube video. That's his most recent YouTube video, and you understand why we were watching it. The second videos we were watching were like highlight reels. So we were watching like Husker highlight reels and just like looking at like, I mean, especially like we would always comment on like the visiting stadium,
Mm-hmm.
seeing how much red and white
Yeah.
is just like in big fucking patches
Yeah.
around the stadium.
Yeah. Because the
So
Huskers
I
do
love those
travel
fan
well.
They, yeah, they do. They travel very well.
It's always fun though, like all the memes that come out whenever the Huskers lose when they travel well for like a
Yeah,
big game. It's just like all the
yeah.
sad Huskers fans. Which I mean, I'm not trying to shit on them, but like,
Skurs by a million, baby.
yeah. So one thing that I wrote down from our memes earlier was golf, and the reason why I put that up there
Oh,
is like, so, like when we're trying to expand, go into different sports, I don't really want to get into golf or anything. We might, we might talk about it. Like, dude, it is so boring to watch. It is 10 times
I've
more fun to
never,
play. But like,
I've never done anything except for mini.
I've
If
tried,
it's not
like,
mini golf, I know nothing.
I've tried watching golf.
Or we sports golf. I can do that.
We sports golf.
I'm pretty good at that,
Should,
dude. I can swing
dude,
that thing.
let's get a Wii.
I got a Switch. I bought a Switch and they
Okay,
have that at.
perfect. All right, cool,
Hmm.
cool, cool, cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like, well, yeah,
Shout out Cam for that one. That was cheap.
trying to watch golf, extremely boring. Trying to play golf, a lot more fun because you get to sit there and bullshit with your friends. But if there's dickheads out
Now,
on the golf
hold up.
course,
Hold up, wait. The one time I know that you played golf, you got incredibly wasted and you got ran over by a golf cart.
yes, tons of fun.
Is there Okay, all right.
But
Wouldn't it be
I
more
also,
fun to do the running over? Or like is the actual golf aspect fun in that
the actual
situation?
golf aspect is fun though. Like when you're just hanging out with the boys and you're playing, and you just get to talk
Mhm.
shit. Like if someone slices it hard right.
I would like to start you and me just going to like the golf range,
Mm-hmm.
whatever the thing,
Yeah,
and just
start ripping him.
like not top golf, but
Yeah,
just like
a
one of the
normal
kind because
golf.
there's
Yeah,
that one, and just swing,
yeah,
kind of get like a good feel,
yeah,
and then we go.
yeah, and then just give it a shot. Yeah, and maybe
Yeah,
maybe record it and turn it into some sort of fucking content for.
like a vlog or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but yeah, grew up playing golf with my dad. But you just got really.
really.
I could not get out of my baseball swing So I'd always end up
Apparently
slicing
that's
hard
a
right. Yeah.
apparently that's a big thing.
Because
Yeah,
we always did it in the summer while I'm playing baseball. And so it's just
that's
like,
what Tom would say. Tom
yeah.
would say he would have a huge issue.
And so like my dad would just get frustrated whenever we are playing. And he'd just be like, all right, we're done. Uh, yeah. And then also there was a time that my brother ran a golf cart into a bridge.
Into a bridge.
Yep. On it, at his bachelor
So if
party.
this is the bridge, and you go over it like
No.
this,
So like
did he?
it was an
Did he
there was
like
a
he was
rail.
underneath?
So here's the bridge, and there was also a trail that went underneath that led up to the bridge. And he fucking
Okay,
clipped it at the bottom part where it's super.
that's,
You're supposed, yeah,
that's so that he it was like a clearance
yeah,
deal.
yeah,
Makes a lot more sense than like if this is a bridge and the two like there's the entrance
yeah.
way. He hits the entrance way. That's
No,
where I was like,
yeah, no. He clipped the roof on the bridge.
the roof.
But yeah, like, and dude, let me tell you though, like, I fucked up that golf cart that fucking hit me. I broke the fucking windshield, and I put a me-sized dent into the hood of it.
The owners, like, did they do anything after they received their golf cart
Dude,
back?
we parked it and left because we paid up
They're
front.
like, let's leave.
We paid up front and we fucking just left right afterwards.
Are cart girls like an actual thing? That just seems like
Allegedly, I've never seen them. So
okay. It just seems super extra to me. They just have
yeah.
like a scantily clad lady just walking about the fucking green,
So that's it's normally
holding like
like
a bucket of beer or whatever.
it's normally like a summer job for like high school, college girls, like
So,
girls that are back
oh,
home,
yeah,
on break or something like that. Just something to do over the summer to get money. And they usually
yeah.
get tipped pretty well because it's just a bunch of drunk middle-aged men.
Old,
Yeah,
well, old men.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then you get the random college frat boys that show up.
yeah.
Um,
Us.
wait, we're in a frat?
Well, we might as well be, dude. I mean, license plate wall directly in front of me
Is the
is a
beer wall?
big ass beer wall.
Yeah,
Which I was thinking about making as the backdrop because the light is underneath it or above it, and I don't know.
we could figure
Maybe
it
one of
out
these
more
days.
when I'm back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the next one I wanted to talk about was mascots because we watched the Benny the Bull one.
Yeah. Okay.
So I absolutely like. There are some mascots that are top tier. Everybody knows them, right? So like Benny the
Gritty is
Bull, yeah.
huge.
And the Colts one, the one that fucking
Yeah.
yeah. There's ones
I
that
don't know
go
its name,
absolutely
but I'm aware
yeah.
of it.
Like there's also the mascots that are absolutely like just boring. They suck. Don't do anything fun. What
Hmm.
sets them apart? Like what is it that like
I think it's like so. Okay, so like look at the San Diego, the Padres.
yeah.
Their mascot is a monk.
Yeah, okay. That one
I
makes
mean,
sense.
that would make sense why it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
Um, sometimes when you look at like so like the sticking in baseball, the Washington Nationals, I say Capitals, but that's the hockey team. But they do it's like so they have like their mascots are like a bunch of presidents.
Yeah.
So it's like all
Well, they do
right,
have
like
they do have the president's race, which is always fun to watch.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean it's all right, you know.
Um.
You know what I love more? I love the what is it? The freeze. The one guy who like gives everybody a head start and then he comes running
Oh
after them.
yeah, and it's
That
yeah.
guy's awesome. That's a good race format. Um, another boring mascot that I can think
So I was also gonna go with Herbie the Husker because he doesn't really do much.
of. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, but hold up, wait. You have to put into a different category of like that is a classic.
It's a classic.
Like that is
It's a
that's an
classic.
all time. Yeah.
Yes, I'm
And
not
but
denying
like
it, but
yeah. What
um,
is the psych like who what is the it's like a little
it's
the
the
little
Psy. It's the Cardinal.
little
Yeah, he's a red Cardinal, and he actually does some acrobatic stuff.
I've never seen a single thing about him.
Well, But the other,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
let's not get each other's,
So another one that's actually pretty good is the Manhattan or the K State's mascot Willie the Wildcat. So like,
I've seen some of his clips, but you know who does them better is the Penn State one.
yes,
The Penn State one
yeah,
does it way better.
yeah, um,
I think it's just like how slim and like because when you look at Herbie Husker, he has a massive
massive head,
fucking
and I
head.
think that's what sets it
So what
apart.
you
Yeah,
can't do like
like
there's definitely the all time classic. Like you look at
there's the Denver Nuggets one, which is that
what
little
is the
like
Denver Nugget?
I think it's the little like where is that the Chargers one that I'm thinking of in like the football games where they play the kids. I want to say
Okay,
it's the Denver Nuggets, but like it's this little like yellow rat looking thing. But he does some wild stuff. But it also might be the Chargers
I
mascot
think
that
you
I'm
also
thinking
got to
of.
look at like what I think sports
Yeah.
also influence it. I think, oh, man, I don't know. Either like if you're excluding college, I think hockey ones are
Oh yeah.
way better than any of the other top five sports leagues.
I can agree with that.
Football, I mean, like I don't think there's a football mascot that really really takes a show. Like if you look at NBA and you think of Benny Bull, and then if you think of NHL, I put Gritty as like the number one mascot, even though it's pretty new.
Yeah.
MLB, I'm leaning towards the Philly Fanatic, if I'm being honest, because I got fucking on it too.
Yeah.
But NFL, man, there's not one that like. I mean, you mentioned the Colt earlier,
Yeah. The Colts horse
but I
one that does like the
the shoots out but
yeah.
you would put that as like the number one
Not number one. I
mascot.
like to put Benny the Bull at
But
number
no, I'm
one.
talking
He
about I'm talking
for
about for
football.
it for football.
Let me look up the Chargers one.
I don't think they have one, honestly. Like I'm sure they have a mascot, but I mean, but some of them are kind of weird. Like so, the LA Kings has the type for the lion, and it's just like, why is it a lion in a Kings jersey? That's weird. The one I do like, because this one has a little bit of like weird connection to it, is the Colorado Rockies. Do
Oh
you
yeah.
know why it is a Triceratops?
Mm, because they found a Triceratops underneath where the stadium was built. Yep.
Where they were building this? Yeah,
Yep.
that to me, that's okay. There's something around that to make that mascot
Yeah.
make sense. Why it's a Triceratops?
Yeah.
But the LA Kings one that's a lion is like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this one?
So I was right on it. It was the Denver Nuggets mascot. It's this little like his name's Rocky. I don't know what kind of animal he is.
I'm gonna have to look this up.
Yeah, Rocky, Denver Nuggets mascot.
Oh yeah, okay, I
Yeah,
know this
yeah.
one. I
But
think it's like a
he's
puma or something,
yeah. It's some sort of
like a
cat.
mountain lion or
Yeah,
something. Yeah. Okay, yeah, this one's pretty recognizable.
yeah. Um. Okay, and then but yeah, I mean that kind of covers all the we figured out like it's the ones that are either super massive heads and not really able to move around as much compared to the ones that are actually able to do shit.
Like, if you look at that Penn State one, it is like a
Yeah,
mass.
yeah,
It is like surrounding the face.
yeah. Um, so let's go into some NFL news. Panthers pick up Dave Cannells, the old Buccaneers offensive coordinator. I
I mean,
mean,
you see what he did with Baker this year, man.
yeah. I mean, it could be a good move
Baker
for
looked as
them.
best as he ever did.
Yeah. He's definitely the Bucks are definitely on the rise, but what does that mean for the Bucks now? Like,
I'm sure they'll be okay. They
yeah.
still have Todd Bowles, and I think he does really well.
Mhm.
And I think he will do a good job picking an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, finding someone to replace Dave Canales.
Yeah.
Raheem Morris is now the
Yep.
head coach for Atlanta. He
Yeah, he
was
did a weird he was, I believe, the defensive coordinator.
Yep,
He became the interim head coach,
and then went
and
back
then
to
he went to the
defensive.
Rams. Well, he went to the Rams as a
Okay,
defensive coordinator, and he was with us for like 2 or 3 years, and everyone was just like, "Why doesn't this guy have a head coaching job?"
yeah,
Well, he got it back
yeah,
with Atlanta, so I don't know why Atlanta. Maybe they just wanted to go in a different direction
yeah.
because whatever reason. But yeah, now he's back in Atlanta, so good luck
Um,
to him.
Ben Johnson is staying in Detroit, which I think is a good move because he even said it himself when he was looking at Seattle and the Commanders to be the head coach there, but he told him
You know
like,
what I want to see?
what's that?
Sorry to interrupt you.
Oh,
So this is an offensive heavy league,
mm-hmm.
and I feel like a lot of the defensive coaches are either getting fired or kind of retiring and kind of getting out of those
Yeah.
roles. I would love to see a stat of like recently of all the coaches who have
Oh,
been fired or let go, if they were formerly an offensive coordinator or
yeah.
defensive coordinator, and see who is doing better. Because I know, so like off the top of my head, Brandon Staley
Mm-hmm.
was a defensive guy, and he got fired.
Bill
But then if you
Belichick
look at Arthur,
wasn't Bill
I,
Belichick also a defensive guy?
I believe so,
Yeah,
but it's so long, I
yeah.
don't know for sure. Pete Carroll, I'm pretty sure, was an offensive guy. Cliff Kingsbury was an offensive guy.
Yep.
Arthur Smith was an offensive guy,
Mike Tomlin is a defensive guy.
but he hasn't been fired.
Yeah, he's the only one that hasn't been fired. But
Oh, he's the
um,
only one that's in. But
well, of like the defensive coach, like from what we're talking about, like it really does seem like the old defensive coaches are getting pushed aside for offensive coaches.
yeah, because it's a heavy offensive league. I
Yeah.
mean, Sean McVay, and a lot of people who worked around Sean McVay,
Yep.
like Shanahan,
Matt Lafleur,
yeah, Matt LaFleur. You look
um,
at Kevin Connolly, who's
Mike
with the
McDaniel's.
Vikings now. So, it's. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I would love to see like a stat surrounding that.
Hmm. I'm gonna write that one down so we can look it up later.
Yeah, I'd be
Um,
interested on like researching that one and
maybe
like
maybe for the next one.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, Ben Johnson stays in Detroit, which I think is a great move for him. Um, because he wants to have another shot. Like he really thinks that they have another shot. Do you think him and the Detroit Lions they're gonna try and keep as many people and
Oh,
maybe just
100%. If
yeah,
you look at like, and I think the secondary.
yeah,
I mean, granted, CJ Sauce Gardner or Gardner Johnson, Jesus Christ,
yeah,
was out for most of the season.
mm-hmm,
I mean, Aiden Hutchinson did
yeah.
incredible. I'd be interested to see
I
kind
like
of what they
yeah
do to
what they do to supplement some of the
a
smaller
lot of the
things.
young.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and maybe
So
bring in some different specialty coaches to like maybe work on small things here and there because they
I wonder
definitely.
if they didn't. I wonder if they don't kick field goals because they don't trust their kicker
So yeah, that
as
was actually one
much.
of the memes I saw that I sent. Here, let me pull it up. So the Lions were 15 of 20, 75% at conversions, fourth and three or fewer in the regular season, plus two of two in the postseason. Michael Bagley was 9 of 20, 45% in his career from 48 plus. Worst among high volume kickers in NFL history. Totally good with how Daniel handled that. And that was from Nate Atkins on X. Like the totally good part. But yeah, like when your kicker is not that good, maybe
You
that's
do.
why.
It's like, well,
Yeah, from
like
40.
if they do stop us on this fourth down try, it's
Yeah,
the same thing as missing a field goal.
yeah, and so maybe that's why they just went for it and said fuck it. And like if they were over fourth and three, and they were that close to the 50-yard line, they probably just punted at that point.
Do you think if you're in Detroit after losing and them kind of showing him a lot, do you think it's hard to listen to Eminem these next couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's probably gonna be
Like
hard.
Lose Yourself comes on and you're
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
no. You
It's like
just
we
turn
we
it off. You're
failed
like,
him.
not right now. Just not right now. Let me refresh. Let me get this loss out of my mouth.
So actually, speaking with defensive coaches, Mike McDonald to Seattle from he was the Ravens defensive coordinator. So is this something we might see him get fired? Like if it continues on this trend where they're leaning more for offensive coaches?
Well, that's what I'm curious to see. Like, I'm just curious of it all.
Yeah,
I wanted to look deeper into that
yeah,
because honestly, I just made a hypothesis. I haven't done any research
yeah.
into it or anything. I would
Well,
love to just
it'll
drill
be
it a
something.
little bit further.
Yeah. So one last thing, Arthur Smith, the former, wasn't he Atlanta's head coach,
Yes.
is now going back to, or he's going to Pittsburgh now. They picked
Yes.
him up and he's a majority run heavy offensive coordinator because he did that with the Titans.
So, and I mean, if he gets Najee, I'd
Najee
love
and
to see
fucking
him get
Jalen Warren.
Najee back
Yeah,
rolling.
yeah. If he can get Najee and Jalen Warren running, like fucking going, that's gonna be a deadly combo.
And
um,
it's gonna help out. It's gonna help out your passing game,
yeah,
dude. I'm a firm believer. If you have a more than efficient or more like a highly effective running game,
yeah,
your passing game
yeah,
open. I mean, look. Okay, so like I hate to kick Jared Goff when he's down, but that's what Jared Goff does,
yeah.
man. Like when he had Todd Gurley, he looks fantastic when they have a
Hmm.
effective running game because it opens up the play
Yeah,
action. He does very well with play
yeah,
action. Look at him this year when he had David Montgomery and Jahir Gibbs.
yeah,
Uh, Outstanding running game.
yeah,
And I mean, if you look at this last game, first half was mostly running,
yeah,
and then when it becomes just Jared Goff, he tends to struggle,
yeah,
man. Like just doing his thing. So yeah, I'm a firm believer. You have to
yeah,
have a huge run game.
yeah.
That's I mean that's my
So, pretty solid picks for fantasy next year. My top five: CMC, uh,
yeah. If you're a
David
number one
Montgomery,
pick,
Jameer Gibbs, Jalen Warren, and Najee Harris. Like if they're going pretty run heavy, and those are already good running backs
are you
all
talking about
around,
your top 5 picks all around or just for running backs?
just for running backs.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, not like all around, but like those are gonna be you're gonna see them get picked up fairly quickly. Is my prediction. So I'm hoping I get an early draft pick in the first round so I can at least pick up.
I'm sure you'll get one of them.
Yeah. And speaking of fantasy punishments. So we saw a meme where there's this dude at a girls middle school basketball game chirping the whole game. Like someone's going for a free throw and all you hear is a
You
"you
suck.
suck," and like everybody's like freaking out. And he was there the whole game.
You know what's even
And
more impressive? His wife or
oh yeah,
girlfriend sits there with him.
the whole time.
I'm assuming the entire time.
Yeah,
At what point do you go I'm scooching away from him?
yeah.
I'm making this all about him. Because at one point, dude. Okay, so like
A
imagine your
parent's
dad.
gotta be. My dad would fucking.
Imagine your dad would get in that fucking guy's face and go
Oh
like,
yeah,
"What the fuck's your deal,
yeah,
bro?" Like especially if it was his daughter or
yeah,
like his daughter's team.
yeah.
Knowing your dad, bro, he would he would get in that dude's face. And
Well,
that poor dude, he's just doing it for a punishment. He
yeah,
doesn't mean it.
yeah. Well, I mean, he wouldn't be getting in his face anymore. It would blind him, but not for long. Pocket
Pocket
sand.
sand.
Love you, Dad. um, but yeah, like if you get the wrong parent at a game like that for a fucking fantasy punishment, that's gonna be fucking brutal, man. Absolutely brutal. So, and I'm thinking for our fantasy punishment for our last place, Mr. Nate, um, or Slick. I think we should go to Goodwill and pick out like very retarded like outfits and have
Hmm.
him go out in public the whole day with like different outfits. And
I
like
don't
every
think. I
couple
mean,
hours
we
he has to.
can. If we did it for our entire, it would make me happy if we did it for our entire in the entirety of our trip. Like all of the days,
Yes.
every waking second.
So like
Especially because what I want to do, I want to go like all of us go to a very nice restaurant and have a
yeah,
very nice dinner. And he's sitting there
in
in like a
a
too small
crop
crop
top.
top and like booty shorts that say juicy, and he's just sitting there like, oh man. That would make it worth it to me.
I am
But I mean, like,
I am for this 100%.
now as the winner, I want a prize, man. I want a belt. I want a trophy. I want a t-shirt. I want something to say like I am the winner. I
Um
want something. Call me selfish,
no,
but
no, you're not
I
selfish.
want something.
But then we'd have to get um the old roommate some didn't he win last season?
No, it was Tom.
Okay, then we would have to get Tom something for last season. And
Which I mean,
I think the whole week is a pretty fair punishment for him also not doing the punishment for last season.
last week,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I am in agreement with this. We'll have to talk to everybody else in the league, except
You
for
have my
him,
vote.
and then just kind of show
Now
up and be like,
I
"Hey,
know a guy at work. They do so for the loser, they have three options. They get to veto one, and then the loser gets to pick between the two.
mm-hmm,
That he
yeah,
vetoes the one, and the ones that it was like he has to do like a 30 or like a stand up. What do you call it? Like
oh,
a
stand up bit, yeah,
open mic,
yeah,
but it's jokes written by the team that he has to read. The other one is like the blow up doll
yeah,
at the restaurant,
yeah."
and the third one, I don't remember the third one, but it was pretty lame if I remember right.
So
I think
let's give
maybe
him
like the Waffle House one.
the has to take a blow up doll on a date as an option.
Eh.
So like I like those first two, right?
Hmm.
Or the has to wear an outfit like that we pick.
No, I think for sure. I think for like this so like here's the thing. I still want him to do last year's punishment. I think while we're there, we go to one of those like because they have stores where it is
Yeah,
a
like a
pop up like you do just take pictures.
yeah.
We go there, we force him like, hey, you are coming here and for an hour you are getting us 12
Yeah.
photos so
So
we can make a calendar
yeah.
for you. And then while we're here
Yeah.
in town, in your city, we're going to Goodwill buying you clothes and you are wearing
This is your
them.
outfit for the next 5 days.
This is your outfit. Oh, so you're doing one outfit for 5 days that he has to wear
No,
unwashed.
no, so like each one outfit for each day.
Okay. I
Yeah.
thought you meant like he is subjugated to one outfit he has
No,
to
no, no,
wear
no,
for a
no, no.
whole week.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm in agreement with that. I am fully for this. All right, so fantasy's done with. So this is coming from the NFL's AP, their top 5 for who is the MVP. At number 1 we have Josh Allen, then we have Lamar Jackson, CMC, Dak Prescott, and Brock Purdy coming in at number
Do you
5.
have all do you have all the other
No, that was the
categories
only one.
finalists?
That was the only one that I saw.
Um, I've been
But
seeing so like I know the Rams. The Rams have so in the comeback player of the year, Matt Stafford is a finalist.
mhm,
Puka Nakua is an offensive rookie of the year finalist, and Kobe Turner is a defensive rookie of the year finalist.
yeah,
And then I mean Cooper Cup, I believe Cooper Cup is the person that they're putting as their
yeah,
Walter Payton Man of the Year.
yeah. I was just gonna go over the MVP, just
Yeah,
because that's the only thing
sorry.
I've seen. Josh Allen, I don't like being that high up. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Well,
Um,
okay, so I don't think they gave it to you. I think they just put it in random order.
it honestly looked like 1 through 5.
I think it's like vote like you can vote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think they put that in order of like, dude, come on, like between CMC and
Yeah, I think it's a
like
tight race between
Lamar.
CMC and Lamar.
I think so. Yeah, I think 100%.
Um,
Especially, I was talking to a buddy at work, and he's just like, "Dude, after this last game, he shouldn't get it." It's like they don't factor in the playoffs,
yeah.
dummy. Like,
So
and even so, like, I don't even put that whole game on Lamar.
no, I
I
don't.
don't. He had a
Um,
few mistakes, 100%,
yeah,
but that whole game does not ride on Lamar.
no. I think Dak Prescott is at the bottom of that list,
I think they
100%.
needed one more. I think they needed one more name, and they're like, "Who else did good this year?
Dak kind of
Put
did
him
all right.
in." Dak did all right.
It's
All right, put
mediocre.
him in.
All right, put him. They're like they have like up on a fucking like flow chart board up on the wall. They're all just sitting there like, who else do we put
Like
in?
either him or Jalen Hurts, man. Who cares?
Yeah, we got Jalen
Neither one of them are
Hurts,
going to win
Tyreek.
anyway.
We have Jalen Hurts, Tyreek, and Dak Prescott. Who do we pick? And then they throw
And
up
they're
darts
like,
at him. And they're like,
all right, Dak
Dak
got
it
3 more
is.
darts.
But yeah, like Dak is definitely at the bottom. Josh Allen and Purdy are pretty close, in my opinion.
Yeah, you could put them like 3 or 4 for me.
Yeah, and then
I mean, either way,
yeah,
I don't like. Yeah,
yeah, Lamar and CMC are definitely right up there. And I'd like to see CMC for the fact of we haven't seen a running back win MVP in a
I don't want to
long
go.
time.
I don't want to go off of that metric of like, oh well, it's a in. Like, I wanted to just strictly go off of performance,
Yeah.
and I think if you looked at the whole entirety of the
Yep.
year, I think Christian McCaffrey I think
Yeah.
if you put that guy on any team, he just does
He
very
helps. Yeah.
well.
Yeah. 100%.
I mean, when he was on Carolina, they weren't running a whole lot, but you can't entirely blame that
No.
on him. He still had outstanding games.
Yeah. 100%. Um
Also, to mention this, I'm not sick anymore.
yeah.
So, yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you.
So going to last week's conference championship, the Chiefs ended up beating the Ravens 17-10. I watched that game.
I
It
I
was
watched that game too.
it was not super exciting. I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of got bored
I
watching
didn't
it.
mind it. I didn't mind it. The thing is that I was watching because I was just like the Ravens are beating themselves.
Yeah.
They have a huge opportunity. And here's the thing: the one clip that we talked about where the interviewer's like, "Oh, the penalties seem to be going one way." It's like, yeah, but wait a minute, dude. Like, did you see those penalties?
Yeah.
There wasn't a whole lot of those penalties that I was like, "Hey, man, that shouldn't be in a
Yeah. There
call."
was that
Like the
one.
Zay Flowers taunting,
There was the
that one
pass
was
interference one that was a no
which one?
call on the Ravens.
Was it
He
was it the
literally like
one in
pulled the
the
dude back like it was a holding call, and the ball would have landed right where he's going if he was not pulled and like pulled to the ground.
was this against the Ravens or was this like with
Ravens were
it?
on offense, and it was a no call.
I don't remember that one 100%. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I remember seeing it. I'm sitting there like, all right, well that's kind of bullshit, but what are we
Would
gonna
it have
do?
helped the outcome of the game?
Yeah, they were charging down the field at that point. It was like a third down, and would have been a good. It would have been a third down
Okay,
conversion.
gotcha.
Um,
I mean, so like the Zay Flowers thing, the
yep,
taunting, dude, that's just undisciplined young
yeah,
players. And I mean, hopefully next year he doesn't pull shit like that. And then
he'll
like
learn.
the defense was just doing just dumb shit the
Yeah,
entire fucking game,
yep,
doing like dumb hits for no reason.
yeah, 100%. Like the the slapping of Pat Mahomes and then falling on top and giving a little shove afterwards too. I'm
Hmm.
like I understand the falling back part was not on you. You were getting pushed, but like you don't have to fucking give him another
Dude,
shove.
even
Like
the thing like I love Justin Tucker, but when he was like in their shit like
yeah,
for pregame, I was like, dude, please go to your other end.
yeah.
Like,
Like it was just for me. It was not an exciting game to watch. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I was
I really
more
thought
excited about
I was
the
more excited about the
Detroit.
Lions and 49ers game. And like I went to
Didn't
go
get
to
to
the
watch it
gym.
though.
I went to the gym and I was just gonna do a cardio day. And I was running. And then I started doing sprints. Like towards I was doing 30-60s. And every
You told me,
single
you told
yeah.
me about this, but
Every
yeah,
single time I started sprinting, they'd have a huge running play. And like for me, like the screen's all like shaking because like I'm 225 pounds fucking running at full speed on a fucking treadmill and my phone set up on it, yeah, it's gonna shake the whole fucking thing. So like I can barely see the screen. I can only hear like the oh my god. And I'm sitting there like
Telling the
um
dude on the Lone Survivor.
yeah. I'm sitting there fighting for my life just to breathe. And I'm missing out on the big plays. But like it seemed like every single time I was sprinting, it was another huge running play or like a huge pass play. And I'm suddenly like, I'm helping the Lions win, and I'm wearing my Detroit Lions shirt at the gym too.
Oh man.
And then I get out of the sauna, and like by the time I get back, halftime's over, and then the game just went to shit. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, here's the thing. All those people, and I don't want to be that guy.
you're
But I'm
not
gonna
that
make
guy,
fun of the
bud.
people that do it. I know. But the people who are like, you should have just kicked the field goals. Yes, he should have kicked the field goal.
Yeah,
But also, dude, you're looking at it in like hindsight.
yeah,
Like at the end of the game.
yeah.
Like
And also like sometimes I appreciate that he fucking nutted up and was just like, we're gonna fucking do this.
he said, he's like, I don't regret it.
Yeah,
I don't regret not going for it.
yeah.
Or going for it, excuse me.
But yeah, the Lions ended up losing 31-34. So it's the end of the Lions faithful for this season. I'm putting my vote. So for the Super Bowl, I'm putting my vote on the 49ers to beat the Chiefs.
I can see it. The thing is the dude, the Chiefs.
The Chiefs are
So here's the
popping up.
thing.
Like I've been
So
talking
here's the
shit all
thing that I was kind of
season.
looking at. I've been too. I've
Yeah,
been too. But what I looked at is I was like, okay, the 49ers did shit in the first half, and Kansas City did shit in the second half, and they kind of reversed.
yeah,
Like, KC looked good in the first half, and the 49ers looked good in the second
yeah.
half. So it could be a really even flow game if they stick to
Mm-hmm.
that pattern. But what I think what both teams need to do is they just both need to play a complete game. If
Yeah,
whichever team can play complete game winning both halves,
yeah.
I mean, I hate that sounds really fucking obvious to say, but like it doesn't
No,
always
yeah,
happen.
yeah. You're right. I mean, not every team can play the full game. They might play three
Mhm.
quarters well, but in the fourth quarter, they just shit the bed.
And if I'm looking at it, man, so here's the thing. Nah, man. I don't
The
know why. So I'm just gonna so I don't like the 49ers as a Rams fan. I would love to see them lose.
Yeah,
If I'm listening to my head is telling me that they're probably gonna win.
yeah.
But my heart kind of wants KC to win. And it was because I watched this thing and it's like 2019. Like you look at it, it was like I think it was like the Patriots versus the Chiefs. And
Mm-hmm.
like everyone wanted the Patriots to win. But now since then it is switched and like nobody wants the Chiefs to win.
Yeah,
And like so for me, like, I don't know. I don't mind seeing dynasties, like and just seeing like how teams being great
yeah.
consistently. I
I
mean,
also,
I know
I
other
mean,
people. I know people don't like seeing the
yeah,
Patriots win every year or
yeah.
fucking so on, but like
Um,
it's a great team. They're built great.
they are.
Have other teams do that, man. Like, and then they'll
I
win.
just, I just like to see Brock Purdy win the Super Bowl, and I also like to see all those guys. Like we've been talking about this all year. Like this is probably their last season altogether.
Yeah, and so if I'm looking at it, I think San Francisco has more star power.
Yeah,
Ebo, Ayuk,
Kittle,
McCaffrey, Purdy, Kittle, and they look
Bosa.
at defensively, Bosa, Warner,
Yep.
the guy they picked up from the Redskins.
You mean the
I almost
Commanders?
said the Commanders. I almost said the Foreskins though.
Okay.
um, and then if you look at the Chiefs, so the Chiefs have a great defense, but then it's Patrick Mahomes and and
Kelsey.
Kelsey
Yeah.
on offense.
You also forgot about
Even though
Trent
I mean, like,
Williams, like Hall of
of
Fame offensive lineman.
on yeah, so
Yeah.
like it's just it's really, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to discredit the Chiefs, but I do think that the 49ers are going to
Yeah.
win this one.
I already closed out my shit, but I forgot to say, this upcoming weekend is the
Goes down the
fights.
shit.
Yeah. My ESPN and the fucking
Oh,
spreadsheet.
I have it. I
Yeah.
have it. Yeah,
Like
I have it pulled up from here.
but yeah, we got the fight nights coming up this weekend. So for me, it's gonna be It's gonna be difficult for me to like decide on what to watch because Iowa State basketball is playing this weekend.
Are you
Actually,
coming in town?
no, I am packing.
Okay.
Um, so Iowa State basketball is in the evening. Um, on Saturday, it's at like 7, I think. Yeah, 7 p.m. against Baylor, and it's a ranked game. Number 12 Iowa State versus number 18 Baylor. And I really want to watch the basketball game, but I also want to watch the fights.
I'm probably gonna watch the fights. If you want to watch the basketball game, then we can both talk about.
Well, I'd also like to be able to speak a little bit more about the fights too.
I mean,
Like, yeah,
I mean, the fights will be going on for a while, so you can
yeah.
you can watch.
I'm thinking I might just pull one up on the TV, one up on my phone, and just
Oh, okay. So I didn't realize that it's kind of an earlier card. The prelims
yeah,
start at 3, and the main card starts at 6. What
yeah.
time does
The game starts at
when is?
7, so like
So I
that's
mean,
where
you'll be able to watch a lot of the prelims, and
yeah.
then
While
a
I'm
couple of
packing
the
and doing my stuff, yeah.
yeah. And then
Um,
I get off work at 7, so I won't be able to catch a lot of the fights now that I see this.
well,
Excuse me.
oh fuck, dude, we forgot to do our introduction. Well,
It's
fuck.
okay.
Oh well, fuck it. All right. Well, I am Matty Heavy. Wait, no, fuck.
One last thing. Sorry.
Oh
No,
no,
you're not Maddie
I'm Matty
Heavy. I'm
Light.
Maddie Heavy.
Joined by Matty
I want to
Heavy.
be Maddie Heavy.
Um,
Kevin Lee came out of retirement for MMA news.
who
I
did?
guess that'd be the only Kevin Lee.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, we were also watching highlights of his earlier today.
Oh
So
yeah. Oh
full
yeah,
circle.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, I'm Matty Light. Joined again by Matty Heavy for the MattCast. I'd like to thank you guys all for coming, and have a good night
Can we get a little
or a
sailor
good day.
salute here? I was hoping you'd just feel like, fucking